I'm a blank. African.
Pan-African lifestyle.
Welcome to Pan-African Lifestyle, where we rep the motherland. We post content regularly and invite you to subscribe and share if you're a pal. That's a Pan-African lifestyler.
You walked with such pride in your Eritrean roots. I hope you know all the Habesha kids you inspired to walk in our skin and own our truth. Ermias, God will rise. Now you're flying high, served your purpose down here, left us in your Jesus year, a sacred transition for a man on a godly mission.
Yes.
A true leader in every sense of the word. You practice what you preach with intention. They calling you the Tupac of this generation. Can't stomach that this coward had the nerve. You were so much greater than this place. You knew this life was more than just a sprint. It's a marathon. Reach the upper echelon. Damn, I can't believe you're gone.
What's your favorite part about being from Eritrea?
I got a lot of favorites. The food, the people, you know what I mean? The culture, the history of being underdogs and struggling and having integrity.
What affected you the most when you went to Eritrea? Like, was there any inspiring moments for you?
She said what inspired me most, or what affected me most when I went to Eritrea. I think I would say the fact that everybody sat down and ate together. That's so different. That was different for me. Just to see everybody sit down every day at lunch and eat and talk together. That's different than growing up in LA. Everybody's on the scramble, everybody on the run. So I think that was one of the most inspiring things I said. Yeah.
So far it's been inspiring. You know, I'm always refreshed when I come out here. I feel a sense of pride, you know, knowing the history of the struggle and just the circumstances that our people overcame, you know, from being outnumbered, being against, you know, superpowers and coming out victorious, and then being self-sufficient after the fact and being independent in a country that believes in self-sufficiency, and being aware of the way that taking handouts can cripple you, and, you know, suffering through the process for a bigger picture. So I just felt, you know, proud, and a sense of pride, and also, you know, a little bit obligated to carry that same integrity in my space. Think about the Eritrean struggle. You know, there's so many metaphors that you can take from that. You know what I mean? If you stand for principle and you stand for what you believe in and you're willing to live and die for what you believe is right, that, you know, you can do the impossible. And I just think that there's a lot of power in that story. So I would love to be one of the voices to, you know, articulate that to a larger audience.
I was aware. I had seen a place where, and it's no disrespect what I'm about to say, I'm just being honest, where like the family structure wasn't devastated. It wasn't fucked up. And you could blame men, you could blame women, you could blame institutional, whatever, but out here it's just a different dynamic between our families, and even the dynamic between men and women out here.
Yeah.
I was raised, you know, in LA, in South Central LA, and you know what the story is. You know, my perspective of women was a little fucked up, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And just I didn't think it was, but when I went out there and I seen how different the dynamic was. Me, after being out there a month, I was ready to kill behind my female homegirls. You better not play with them. I'll do something to you behind these women, because just the confidence they had in supporting me and taking care of me, just based on the customs, not because I was special, but just based on, like, you know, it's like the way they I don't know, I don't want to sound misogynistic how I say this, but it was just like a mutual respect that made the relationship much different.
In that part of East Africa, it's called the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, Eritrea. The political divide is not doesn't trickle down to the people. Everybody still feel like they want people, and they, you know, everybody has pride in they country, because it was a war fought. Just a pride to be from that part of Africa. There's a big pride, and even Jamaicans and Rastafarians, if that's the way you say it, Rastafari, they identify with
the culture of Ethiopia and Eritrea, just based on the fact that it was never colonized. But that's a whole nother convo that, you know, they got experts that we gotta be real careful about because they'll check us on our facts. But nah, you know, one thing that I noticed when I went over there that's really different than our culture here in America is, and it doesn't sound too deep, but it really is, was how everything is based around food, right? So imagine every day from 12 noon to 3 p.m., the whole city shut down and everybody go home and eat. So like we at work right now, we'll stop what we doing at noon and you'll go home to your kids and your wife. You'll go home to your husband and your kids. You'll go home to your wife and your kids, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, if we ain't married. And we'll eat with our family. The schools are let out at 12 o'clock to 3 p.m. every day. Only thing open in the city from that time is restaurants. And it took me a while to understand why that was important. I'm just thinking, okay, this is the custom and how it go, but I realized during that time, you talk to your family every day. How's your day going? Oh, it's cool, I got into it at school, you know, or everything going good, but you check in every day with your family and you sit around the table and eat. And I realized we don't do that. We don't eat it as a family that much. Holidays we do out here, but I realized, damn, that's where the bond takes place, over the food, breaking bread with your family. You know, and even outside of that, just being in a place where you know these customs have been going on for thousands of years. Us as black people in America, this is new. Even other races in America, it's only been, what, 400, 500 years? How long America been established?
Yeah, about
so
that.
This is a relatively new culture we all are participating in. And to know that the customs that of the land that you in are thousands and thousands of years old does something also. You kind of feel like there's been a trial and error, so whatever ended up sticking around, this must be some value to this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I stayed for 90 days. I wasn't ready for it, for real. I was really attached to all my material things I had accumulated.
Tell me, look, how you feel? Tell me about your stuff, about your trip. So far.
Got on the plane.
Huh?
Just got on the plane.
Are you tired or are you still okay? Are you looking forward to go to Eritrea and Africa in general? What are you expecting?
I was attached to my lifestyle. I wanted to go because I never met none of my family, but I didn't want to stay for 90 days. Like we can go out there for a week, 2 weeks, a month, but 90 days is a long time. But when I got there, I went through a process. I think I had like culture shock a little bit.
برجع كده اللي خبوكا ارمياس سليبي كاي how you doing تعندلا مسكا بو كمان فتح اسمرا
Cool.
تبو تبو
You say how I like Asmar?
yeah see you're learning that's great
It's four on the team. 4 on the team. And 2 4. So him. Just slow. Slow.
My dad raised me on the food, you know, the music.
Yeah.
You know, he speak the language fluently, but just in terms of lifestyle and in terms of like, you know, I wasn't on no bougie shit. Like I wasn't able to get in tune with the way of living. It was just completely different. A 24-hour cycle, what goes on, was completely different than what I was used to.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to like learn how to tap into it and you know, kind of catch the wave of being out there. One of the things I remember thinking was like, damn, how long people been in America on record? They say, you know, 500, 600. I don't know the exact length. It's all type of theories of what happened before that, but we know for sure that people been in Africa for thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Absolutely.
So I just thought about trial and error. When you new to a place, it's a learning curve. But when you've been here for a while, any of the customs that's still going on, it must be some wisdom behind it.
Absolutely.
For it to still exist, for it not to have got weeded out. So all the things that was going on, I respected the way of living a little more because it wasn't new. It was like a mature custom.
Right in, when is this? Good.
The best.
Emmy, you feeling better?
Easy, I'm blessed, man. Straight.
Good.
Top notch.
Top notch.
So I'm excruciating pain in each shoulder. I'm alright.
No. shower can sabr kalna. What do you shower can sabr? Shower number what do you?
Come back with knockouts. Easy. The truth in the making. Easy. It's flowing nice too. What's up, Daddy? Where we at, man?
This is my jahjah the commander. That's fabulous. Put it right here.
DJ, turn it up, turn it up. Congratulations, Tony.
I'm a blank African.
Thanks for tuning in to Pan-African Lifestyle. Share your thoughts in the comment section and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Pan-African Lifestyle to be inspired. For awesome pal merch, check out panafricanlifestyle.shop. Keep repping the motherland.
Pan-African lifestyle.